Hey there, my name is Chris Acton with Acton Creative, and this is a handwoven experience. And in today's episode, I'm going to talk about what to do when you don't love your project. Now, if you are just starting on your weaving journey, maybe you haven't come to this point yet, and that is wonderful. However, it's probably going to happen at some point that you're looking at your loom and it's just not speaking to you. You don't love the colors, the pattern, the texture, the truddling, whatever it is. You just don't love it. So let me set the scene and let your Aunt Chris tell you a little story. So grab a hot beverage, settle in. Once upon a time, about 4 years into my weaving career, I would say, I had my own loom and I was starting to kind of design my own projects. And I started off strong and I got into this project. I thought, I don't like it. Nope. I didn't like the colors. I didn't like the pattern. I just didn't like it. Nope. Wasn't gonna happen. So I stopped. It just sat there. My poor little project on my gorgeous loom sat there and collected dust for a number of weeks. And this is a problem. This was a problem because not only was I not weaving, I wasn't giving myself the opportunity to be creative, to do that wonderful kind of problem solving that only weaving demands of you. I wasn't throwing a shuttle. I wasn't doing any of those things that are so good for you as a person. I was stuck. I just kept walking past that loom thinking maybe I should dust it. It was not pretty, my friends. Have you been there? Have you ever had a project like that? That you're just like, you can't figure out what to do. You don't like it, so you don't want to do it, but you're stuck. Now, one of the things for me is that I like to think of weaving as a process. Weaving isn't just a project. Nope, of course you have projects, but weaving is a dance that we do each time we pick out our yarns and step up to the warping board or slay a reed or throw a shuttle. It's this whole dance that we go through every time. It is that process that is going to really nurture your soul and keep you going, right? So I needed some way to get out of being stuck. I needed something to do with my project that I did not like. So here was the answer, my friends. I had to change something. Now, in weaving, there are a lot of variables. So there's a lot of things you can change, but I had to change one thing to get me back on track, to get going. First of all, for me, I had to shake off the idea that this project was going to be a table runner, or I don't even remember what it was, but whatever I had intended, I was like, you know what? That's not working out so well. So I'm gonna let that go. I'm just gonna look at this as a set of warp yarns. And what can I do here? So I had to change that kind of mental, preconceived notion. So for me, I started by changing the yarn. And I grabbed the biggest, fluffiest, greenest yarn I could find. And I put that into the weft. I'm like, let's see what happens. And I have to admit, the fabric then was really bulky and kind of unruly, but it was fun. It was fun fabric. And by changing that one little thing, I got excited. I got excited about the yarns in my loom. And that then triggered me to change one more thing. And from there, I was off to the races. I created some really nice fabric after that. But I had to get over that hurdle of not liking what was happening. I didn't like what was going on, so I had to change something. So my recommendation for you, if you ever find yourself in this situation, is to change one thing. If you like that change, keep it and keep going. Roll with it. If you don't, change something else. Keep making tweaks until you like what you're working on and you're excited about it and you're ready to sit down at your loom and throw your shuttle. So let me give you some ideas of things that you can change when you find yourself in this situation. First of all, you can always change colors. That's a fun one and an easy one to start with. Change colors. Number 2, you can always change yarn. Change the size of the yarn, change the texture of the yarn, change your yarn. So let's say that you like the blue that you were working with, but you want it to be bigger and silkier, or smaller and nubby, or something. Change the yarn. Change the pattern. This is a fun one too. Change what order you are lifting and lowering your shafts. Play with that. Let go of what you were doing before and play with something else. And then just keep in mind that it can be anything you want. There is no weaving police coming to monitor your progress, because this is your time and your energy and your creativity. This is up to you. So do what you want, have a good time, and learn more about yourself and what you like in your weaving journey. What you don't like is just as valuable, right? So I just wanted to kind of pop in. I know I talk a lot about kind of the technical parts of weaving, but there's also this huge kind of mental part that goes with it, and what to do when you get in your head or you get stuck. And that's really important, to get unstuck. So I hope this was valuable and helped you think of some ideas that you can take with you when you find yourself in a position where you just haven't been weaving, and you know why, because you have a project on the loom that is something you don't enjoy. Just change something so you do enjoy it. And I will add, as a little asterisk here, is that if you look at all the options, if you've changed all the things and you're still not loving it, you can cut it off. I know there are weavers out there cringing everywhere. However, you're an adult. You are allowed to take a pair of scissors and cut that off if that makes you happy. If that seems like the best way to go, the best way to wrap it up, just do it, my friend. Start fresh and try again. But most importantly, keep going, whatever that looks like for you. Okay? Let me know in the comments when you've gotten stuck and how you've gotten yourself out of it, because those are really valuable stories to share with each other, because we're all going to be stuck at some point with a project that we don't love. All right. Have a wonderful week, friends. Happy weaving.